canal, o presidente da CBF, que está na Espanha, declarou já ter feito contato com Carlo Ancelotti e não descartou que pode esperar até 2024 para ter o italiano como técnico da seleção. Essa fala repercutiu na imprensa internacional, que discutiu se seria possível o Ancelotti treinar tanto o Real Madrid como a Seleção Brasileira até encerrar o seu contrato com o clube espanhol. Vamos conferir, já se inscrevam no canal e bora!
So, Sid, let's move on to the point that Frank made. Carlo Ancelotti, I thought it was fine. He's going to be at Real Madrid next season. What are the talks of this meeting with Brazil?
Well, the Brazilian Federation, or the Brazilian Confederation, the Spanish Football Federation have been doing a series of deals about playing friendlies and so on over the last couple of days and being involved in joint projects. And the president of the Brazilian Confederation has said yet again, he said, I'm going to see if I can persuade Florentino Perez to let Ancelotti go. Now, we talked about this, I don't know when it was now, 3 or 4 weeks ago, about how Ancelotti and Real Madrid are in this slightly strange position in which they've kind of talked themselves into a corner. They've kind of forced themselves to stick with each other because neither of them really wanted to take the step. Neither of them really wanted to grasp this issue and say, okay, let's deal with it. And so they are, I don't want to use the word stuck because it's not the right word, because, you know, being at Real Madrid is not stuck. And being with Ancelotti is not stuck. These are great scenarios. These are really, really good scenarios. But I think what's happened is some of the alternatives, of course, have slipped them by in the meantime. So right now, I just don't see a scenario I can see a series of scenarios, but I think they're very unlikely. I don't think I see a particularly likely scenario in which this gets resolved with anything other than Ancelotti starting the season at Real Madrid. I think something really, really dramatic has to happen for that to change. Now, I can see 1 or 2 potentially dramatic scenarios, but it doesn't feel very likely.
Could he not just do both, Sid?
Well, do you remember, I think you were probably in Madrid, Dan. Do you remember when Jose Mourinho got very, very annoyed with Real Madrid because they wouldn't let him? When he was Real Madrid manager and he wanted to be manager of Portugal at the same time. And if I remember rightly, although I must confess I don't remember it very clearly, it was kind of an emergency thing. He was saying, look, it wouldn't be for very long. I'll just help Portugal out. It'd be 6 months or so, and Real Madrid wouldn't let him. There is a little bit of me that does wonder that does wonder if you couldn't say, well, listen, let's kind of do both. I think what will happen, of course, in practical terms, Ancelotti has a contract until the end of the year. That allows him, of course, to not be Brazil manager until the World Cup comes up. In the meantime, he coaches Real Madrid and, of course, takes a very heavy interest in Brazil. He watches a lot of their games, he focuses a lot on them, so he kind of does some of the preparatory work even if he's not actually there.
You do both, can you?
Shut up.
Why not?
Never heard anything so ridiculous in all my life.
Why not? What you got to do?
Jesus,
half the Brazil team's your team.
I mean, you got, but you're belittling what these jobs. I mean, you've got one of the biggest club jobs in the world, most pressurised. You've got arguably the most...
An international break, no one's there. Boss, off you go to Brazil.
There's been something wrong with you. You do both, Real Madrid and Brazil.
Be good though, wouldn't it?
It's not Real Madrid and Gibraltar.
No. Right. Well, Gibraltar takes more work, surely.
No.
You've got to work in Brazil, you just put them out there.
Just go in at Gibraltar and say, you're not very good, you're going to get beat 10-0, but we're growing the game. I mean, I honestly do both jobs.
Frank, am I an idiot?
Jesus.
Yes. Could ask me.
And I'm sorry, but I will go. I have to go with Dan. You know, there is a big possibility for him to get a chance.
You tell you what, you guys have been on the sheesh pipe. Seriously, you've been on some pipes or something?
No.
Dual managed Real Madrid and Brazil.
I understand.
That sounds like a good idea.
No.
Huh? Let's go. Come on.
Can you imagine, Craig? Can you imagine, Craig? Can you imagine that he takes the Brazil national team in charge and be the first coach, foreign coach, and win the World Cup? The guy's already a legend. You know, you create something that nobody did before him, and I think it's a possibility.
Well,
you
the reason nobody's
no.
done it before. Think of that.